Signs that the steering pump is failing. Signs that a car's steering pump is failing can be varied and range from strange noises to difficulty maneuvering. If you experience any of these symptoms, it is important to take your vehicle to a qualified mechanic to perform a diagnosis and determine if the steering pump needs to be repaired or replaced. Ignoring problems with power steering can result in a loss of vehicle control and increase the risk of accidents. Some of the most common symptoms that indicate a problem with the steering pump include 1. Strange noises when turning the steering wheel. If you hear a humming, grinding or whining noise when turning the steering wheel, it could be an indication that the steering pump is failing. These noises usually increase when turning to one side or the other. 2. Difficulty turning the steering wheel. If you notice that the steering wheel feels heavier than normal when trying to turn it, it may be a sign that the steering pump is not working properly. In some cases, the steering wheel may become stuck when trying to turn it. 3. Vibrations in the steering wheel. Vibrations or jerks in the steering wheel when turning can be a sign that the steering pump is experiencing problems. These vibrations may be more noticeable when turning in a specific direction. 4. Power steering fluid leak. If you notice fluid stains on the floor under your car, especially in the engine area, the steering pump may be leaking power steering fluid. This may be an indicator of a problem with the pump. 5. Indicator lights on the dashboard. Some vehicles have lights or indicators on the dashboard that come on when there is a problem with the power steering system. If you notice any warning lights related to power steering, it is important to have the system checked as soon as possible. In addition to these common symptoms, it is important to note that each vehicle may have specific signs of power steering pump problems. Some cars may behave differently depending on the severity of the fault and the type of steering system used. If your power steering pump is failing, it is critical to address the issue in a timely manner to avoid additional damage and higher repair costs. Additionally, it is important to remember that a faulty power steering pump can impact the vehicle's ability to maneuver, which can be dangerous, especially at high speeds or in emergency situations. Therefore, if you suspect that your car's power steering pump is failing, it is crucial to address the problem immediately. In summary, symptoms of a bad power steering pump can include unusual noises when turning the steering wheel, difficulty turning, vibrations in the steering wheel, loss of power steering fluid, and indicator lights on the dashboard. If you suspect problems with the power steering, it is important to go to a trusted mechanic to perform a diagnosis and determine the best way to address the problem.